Today we want to discuss a question that we are asked all the time. Should I use screen printing or DTG printing for my products? We are going to compare the two printing methods and their strengths and their weaknesses. And make sure to stick around until the end, where we're gonna share a simple way to decide which of these two printing methods is the right one for you. Do you prefer screen printing or DTG printing? Let us know in the comments. Hi, I'm Everson from DTG Merch. If this is your first time here, please subscribe to our channel. We regularly post content about how to create a t-shirt business and also the two things that we love, DTG printing and t-shirt design. Today we are going to have a look at two popular printing methods, screen printing and direct-to-garment printing. Screen printing is a printing technique that has been used since centuries, whereas DTG printing is a newer technology. In the beginning, DTG printing was no serious competitor to screen printing, but the times and the technologies have been changed. Still, there are lots of misconceptions floating around in the internet. For example, that you need to use screen printing when you want to print on dark colors. Nowadays, direct-to-garment can do this too. DTG printers are equipped with white ink, so you can print your design on t-shirts of any color. In this video, we are going to discuss how both printing methods work and what are their pros and cons. So without further ado, let's jump right in. First, let's have a look how those two printing methods work, starting with screen printing. On screen printing, before you start printing, you have to prepare a few things. You need to prepare the design for screen printing. You have to separate the colors of the design. That means that you need to create a separate image that only includes elements of a single color. Afterwards, each of these separate color layers is going to be burned on a screen. This means you have to create one screen for each color. So, the more colors you have, the more screens you need to prepare. And the next step, you have to prepare the paste and get the colors ready. As you can see, there are quite a lot of things to do before you can start printing. But once these steps are done, the screens are loaded into the machine. And depending on the kind of material you are printing on, a dye migration blocker or other special paste may be needed to be applied during the printing process. Afterwards, it is actually time to print. The color is pressed through a screen onto the t-shirt, coloring only the areas that need to be printed. Afterwards, the t-shirt rotates to the next screen. These steps repeats for every screen for every color. The screens overlap exactly, and at the end of the process, you have the finished design. And to make the print stay on the garment, the print is cured with heat in a tunnel dryer, for example. Next, let's talk about DTG printing. Things are quite different on this printing process. On DTG printing, you only take the design, load it in the RIP software, and this design is sent automatically to your printer. The only prerequisite is that your file is suitable for DTG printing, which means that the size and the resolution are okay and that you have a transparent background when you want to print your design over colored or black t-shirts. We wrote an article on our blog about why you need transparent backgrounds and what happens if you don't, and I will put a link in the description below. But apart from this, you don't need to make any other changes in your design. No color separation or other complicated processes are necessary. Now, let's have a look at the printing process and using as an example printing on a black t-shirt. So the first step, you will need to apply pretreatment on the t-shirt. The pretreatment is always necessary when you are using the white ink. On some types of machines, the pretreatment application is done automatically by the printer, but in all other models, this step is done manually. Then you load your t-shirt on the machine and press start. The printer will automatically lay a white on the base first, and then it will print the colors on top. In the end, the print is also cured with heat, either in a tunnel dryer or a heat press or a combination of both. As you can see, those two methods are quite different from each other. So, what are the pros and cons of both printing methods? Let's dive right in. Again, we start with screen printing. Even though it is a lot of work to set up everything for screen printing, it may be absolutely worth when you have to print a large number of t-shirts. The initial startup cost may be higher, but printing is cheaper, so the more pieces you print, the more cost effective it gets. Another positive side is that you can choose different paces that fit the material that you're gonna print on. So you can create durable prints on many different materials. And since you use pre-mixed colors, screen printing can hit exact spot colors like Pantone. The cons. What are the downsides of screen printing? Since you need to create one screen per color, you are somewhat limited to the amount of colors you can use. Also, the preparatory work is quite extensive. Especially setting up the screens is work intensive and can be quite messy. You may also need to mix the colors. Now, let's have a look at DTG printing. One of the fantastic things about DTG printing is that you can use an almost unlimited amount of colors. As long as the colors you can print are inside the printable gamut, there are almost no limitations. This makes it a fantastic option to print designs that are challenging for screen printing, like gradients and photorealistic prints. Another benefit is that you can print custom pieces. Since you have no setup work, each print can be customized and unique. Now, what are the downsides of DTG printing? Well, it is more expensive when you want to print large quantities. Another thing we notice is that often the hand feel is nice with screen printing, especially when they use discharge inks. A big downside is the color correctness of the prints. Just like with your printing at home, the chances are high that the print will look totally different from what you see on your computer screen. Another downside on DTG printing is that not every material or substrate works equally well. And this brings us to washability. Due to these material compatibility issues, the wash fastness on DTG prints may be a bit worse when compared to screen printing. However, if you use products that are well suited for DTG printing, like cotton t-shirts, you will not see too much difference in terms of wash fastness. Either way, we strongly recommend you to always test the washability of your products. Now comes the bonus part. So, how can you find out if screen printing or DTG printing is the most suitable option for your business? You need to answer two questions. Question number one, how many products do I need with the same design? If you only need one or two, the answer is clear. Stick with DTG printing. Question number two, how does your design look like? Which printing method you need to use is mainly determined by your design, and here we have 3 different options. Option number 1, when you want to print a design with a limited amount of colors and large solid areas, you can, in theory, use either one of the 2 printing methods. In this case, you should base your decision on the production costs. If it's a custom piece, choose direct-to-garment printing. If it is a large run, screen printing is most likely more cost-effective. However, we believe that screen printing is just a tiny bit better to print this kind of designs. You see, with DTG printing, large solid areas are a little unforgiving, and you will immediately see any print imperfections, like missing nozzles that can cause fine lines on the print. The option 2, if you want to print photorealistic image with lots of different colors, then DTG is the way to go. And option 3, if you need to print a logo that needs to be in a specific spot color, we recommend you to use screen printing. If you look at the problem from this perspective, the decision is actually quite easy. If you need to match a specific spot color, use screen printing. If you want to print lots of colors or photorealistic designs, use direct-to-garment printing. For all other kind of designs, you can use either methods. Then you should base your decision on the amount of products that you want to print. Then you should check the costs, unless, of course, you want to print one-offs with custom designs, then DTG is the way to go. So, this is our take on the difference between DTG printing and screen printing. If you like this video and you want to learn more about DTG printing, check out our video Introduction to DTG Printing, where we talk about the basic process. And thanks for watching! And if you like our content, let us know by hitting the like button and subscribe to our channel. That's it for this video. Once again, thanks for watching, take care, be good, and see you in the next video.